So you want to let Gilbert Gottfried in?
Oh, he's here?
He's here, yeah. Wants to do the news.
Well. If somebody says he's good, let him in.
Yeah. Some people faxed us and said, Robin, he is good with the news. Don't knock it. He may be annoying, but he's good with the news. Hey, Gilbert, how you doing?
Hello.
Gilbert, boy, you gained weight.
Oh, I'm fat.
Wow, what happened?
Yeah.
Wow, look at Gilbert. Hey, Robin.
Look at you.
Look at the gut on him.
I'm like Buddy Hackett.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened?
Well, you know, the drugs.
Oh, are you still sick?
Yeah, no.
You still have that problem?
This is me healthy.
No, but I'm saying the drugs...
Have they put your stomach back together?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go for your second operation?
Yeah.
So like in your button pants and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
What happened? So what, did you start eating like uncontrollably as soon as you started getting healthy?
Yeah, I'm like the later day Lenny Bruce.
But what are you eating? Are you eating good stuff at least?
Oh, of course, yes, celery.
Yeah. Gilbert's a mess.
I know. In the past couple of years, his body has just revolted.
You know what it is? He has the worst eating habits out of anyone I know. He was always eating like eggs and like butter and...
Right, all fried and...
all fried stuff.
Cheese all over everything.
Yeah. At least when he came here, he ate that.
Yeah.
I don't imagine he ate much differently later in the day.
And I understand, like, Gilbert never cooks. He always has, like, pizza boxes in an apartment and like, all kind of junk food.
But it's pizza with pineapples on it.
All right, that's healthy.
The new age pizza.
Well, since he got fat, the good news is he doesn't order breakfast anymore here because he doesn't want to eat in public.
Well, that's good. That'll help.
And by the way, I read that thing in the Inquirer. Is that true? We cost you your Miracle Whip job?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Is that really true?
Kraft Miracle Whip mayonnaise. Which
is maybe
it's
the
salad
most...
dressing.
It is the worst hunk of junk you've ever tasted in your life. Unbelievable.
Now you're willing to say that.
Yeah. Gilbert got hired. Well, Gilbert doesn't like any of those products. He endorses. Gilbert got hired by Kraft to do the Miracle Whip commercial.
Yeah.
So he's, because...
He was going to do a voice, right?
Yeah, well, like he did in Aladdin. Now that he did Aladdin for Disney, all of a sudden, like, Kraft Miracle Whip woke up to his scary talents.
Right.
Yes. So they hired him, and then the executives evidently drive to work and listen to us. So they heard him make a few off-color comments, and they fired him. And I'm going, well, gee, that's hypocritical. They're all listening to us.
Right.
And wait a second. Gilbert, for years, they've never seen his nightclub act. They've never heard him. They've never seen him interviewed. This guy does 1 million newspaper interviews a year, all off color. And suddenly now, because he's on my show.
Yeah. Even on that award show a couple of years ago, Gilbert got into trouble.
The Emmys.
They gave him a big shot on a national award show.
And now they'll never have him on again. Because he ruined it.
All anybody could write about afterwards.
Yeah. So was it a lot of money to do a Miracle Whip thing?
Yeah, it would have been, but they exercise what they call a morals clause.
Cool.
Which is what they did to Fatty Arbuckle.
What was the comment that you made?
I don't even remember.
What'd they do? They called your agent?
Yeah, they called up enraged.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't fit with their product.
Yeah, you know what their product is?
Yeah.
First of all, Hellman's mayonnaise. If you're going to eat mayonnaise, you're going to eat Hellman's. Miracle Whip is supposed to be like a mayonnaise substitute.
Right.
And could you imagine a mayonnaise substitute?
Looks like mayonnaise. Fool your friend.
Yeah, did you ever taste it?
No.
It is maybe the most putrid stuff. And by the way, whatever's in it is horrible. It's got to kill you. I mean, it's got to be ruining your insides. Your kids and everyone else that eats it.
It's got to be bad for you if they're worried about their image.
It is awful. The only people I know who eat it are my in-laws. And I don't even know why. I mean, you put it in tuna fish, you want to barf. It is the worst tasting garbage, and I know it's horrible for you. It's just so bad for you. Have you ever tried it?
Contains white substance.
Give me a Baba Fuhi. Go out.
Get some Miracle Whip.
Go get me some Miracle Whip. I got to have Robin just dip her finger in and taste it.
I want to read the content.
Yeah, I want to read the content.
Can we watch you dip your finger in it?
You're better off eating car oil. Can you imagine? They're worried about their image.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It tastes like toxic pus, and they're worried about their image with Gilbert Gottfried. It looked like the crap oozing out of Gilbert's stomach when he had his appendix taken out. His infected stomach. Gilbert's so healthy he can't heal properly.
Right, he had nothing to heal with. His whole body had...
When we went to the hospital, Robin and I are checking with the nurse. He just didn't heal.
Yeah.
They opened him up to take out his appendix.
His body was just laying open.
It's all infected. So what they did is, we're going to squeeze that into a jar and just put Miracle Whip on it. A Miracle Whip. Worried about their image.
Oh! Push harder!
So were you like real upset? Because I know you love money, and that had one of those commercials could have run for years.
We're surprised you're doing the show anymore.
Yeah, we were shocked.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gilbert's here. Coming soon, Aladdin as a Saturday morning cartoon, and that's full-time work, right?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
So I'm still clean enough for Disney.
Yeah. I'm going to have a cartoon.
They haven't heard you on the show.
I'm working on a cartoon. I'm coming out with a cartoon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When are we doing that?
Soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't even heard anything.
It's going to be good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready to expand.
Yes. You need to expand. Gilbert's expanding. What are you, about a size 42 waist now? All right, why don't
I'm wearing Jackie's old pants.
Yeah, I think so.
I got a lot of them.
Hey, Gilbert, you look great. You look great. You thought it was hard to get laid before. Wait till you get real fat. Gilbert, making the challenge.
Can you imagine? I would love to see that scar.
Hey, how's the scar? Is it big?
Oh, yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, it goes right from, what can I mention on the air now?
Your pubic bone.
Changed?
No, you can still mention stuff.
Yeah.
It goes from your pubic bone to what?
To above my belly button.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it never healed, so there's a big scar, right?
Yeah.
How wide is it?
2-3 inches.
Size.
Man.
See, ever since
They pulled it all together.
Yeah, they pulled it all together.
Man. He's like that guy in Untamed Heart. You ever see that?
Oh, yeah, with the big mess on his chest. Christian Slater.
Christian Slater. He got a big scar on his chest. That's Gilbert. Untamed Appendix. Did you see that movie?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I love that movie.
Me too. I just saw it.
Christopher Lee and Frankenstein.
This is a movie with...
Christian Slater.
I don't know why I can't remember that dude's name.
Marissa Tomei and...
Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez.
Too bad she doesn't take her top off in it, Rosie. That would make the movie a whole lot better. But it's a pretty good love story.
Yeah.
I like movies like that.
The one thing that was unbelievable was the hockey puck.
Yeah. Well, that was okay. I didn't mind that.
That was going a little too far.
Hey, Gilbert, want to be in my book? What we could do is cover up Gilbert's scar with that thing.
Oh, yeah.
I should show Gilbert this. Hey,
yes.
Gilbert, you got a match?
No.
You got a, where's the hair blower?
You took the hairdryer out.
See this picture of this woman?
Yes.
You can blow dry her top off and then it reappears. Wait till you see this.
Wait, get me a blow dryer.
you don't have the lighter anymore?
Can I just breathe on it hard?
Papa Fooey takes everything away from me. Retard. Retard runs out of here with everything.
Have Gary breathe on it.
We tried that. It didn't work.
As hot as his breath
She put her hands over her breast.
What I want to do is dress up your scar. Oh, here, plug in right there, Ganji. Right behind Gilbert. Check this out, man. Give me my hair blower.
Right where you're standing.
Because on the cover of my book, you have clothes that you blow off me. Look at this thing. You could appreciate this. All right, so there she is in her bra, right?
Yes. Oh, very good.
Now watch this. All right, now.
Yeah, excellent.
So I blew off her top, right? Now watch. It reappears.
Oh, very good.
Isn't that cool?
What's that made out of?
I don't know.
That's kind of a switch on those glasses.
Yeah, nothing funny there, huh?
Yeah, that is good.
That is good.
I like that.
Yeah, so do I.
I would invest in a hairdryer for that.
You would actually buy a hairdryer.
Yeah.
All right, Robin, come on, let's get into the news. Gilbert, you know how this goes.
First of all, I just want to give you the total in Chicago after the Bulls won the championship the other day.
Yeah.
3 people died.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
3 dead. But can you imagine, 20
I bet
years
it on
from now,
4.
trying to explain how your aunt or uncle or whoever it was died? Oh, yeah, they were killed in the big riots after the Bulls won the 93 championship.
Any of the Bulls die?
No.
No. Too bad.
They stayed out of it.
That's pretty funny. Now, Gilbert, you say Michael Jordan bet on how many people would die?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
He bet with you?
Yeah. About 4 people, so I really lost money on this one.
Yes, old Uncle Charlie died celebrating the Bulls' win. Your uncle was a brave man.
He was crossing the street.
Stupid ways to die.
Now, who was riding mostly? Was it mostly black and Hispanic people?
I still don't know, Howard. Nobody told me.
Can you find out, please?
You don't have to stand up for them, Robin.
I'm not standing up for anyone.
Be honest.
I would tell you if I knew.
You're one of the nice ones.
Hey, leave me alone. But anyway, 3 dead as a result of that big celebration in Chicago for the Bulls three-peat as NBA champions.
3-peat as in 3 dead.
3-peat, 3 dead.
Yeah.
I guess next year there'll be 4 if they win.
Wow.
Also in the news.
Isn't that weird? They won 3 champions and 3 people died?
3 people died. But
that's eerie.
they still say this was, a lot less violent and out of control than 2 years ago or a year ago.
So it's acceptable.
They only had to lock up about 650 people.
Oh, I can't believe that.
It was a pretty quiet night, all in all.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
Did you hear what we said yesterday, Gilbert? That Pat Riley, the coach of the Knicks, owns the word three-peat, and he stands to make $2 to $4 million because if anybody puts that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, the merchandising of three-peat T-shirts, hats, whatever.
I'm copywriting 3 Dead.
Because you know that's going to be a big T-shirt, too.
That's what I'm thinking of doing. Some headline. Only 3 people died in the celebration today, and police are calling this a victory. It's unbelievable.
We are living in a crazy world.
That's a victory, all right.
I don't know what they'll come up with next. Haitians, as Daniel Carver says, got some bad news yesterday. The Supreme Court says that no, the government of the United States does not have to let people in who try to, get on a boat and just sail to America.
Thank God.
They're, refugees or...
Tim Robbins will be very upset about this.
Tim Robbins?
And Susan Sarandon. they want all those people here. Of course, they should all live at Susan Sarandon's house.
We can. Just turn them around and send them right back.
Thank God. I mean, this is insane.
As long as you don't make it here, see, there are technicalities. You know how we get all these illegal aliens coming in through JFK and so forth, or skipping over the border from Mexico. Once you're in the country, we can't get rid of you.
You know what's amazing to me, too?
But listen to this. Yeah. But if you don't make it here, if we stop you in the middle of the water when you're trying to get here from Haiti,
then we can send you back.
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
Don't even have to give you a hearing.
It's like a weird rule. And you know what else is weird? It's like, I get angry letters from Haitians saying, hey, man, what do you mean? Come on, why are you putting us down? How come you don't want us in the country? How come everyone else could come to the country?
What is that accent?
Damn. You have to make fun of my Haitian accent. So I get all
I will kill you, Zorro.
So we get all these people who are screaming at us because I supposedly don't want Haitians. I don't want anybody in the country. Yeah. And the point is, they shouldn't either. Why do you want people in here illegally?
Well, they're very concerned, of course, because they know the conditions in their country.
Yeah, but that's my fault.
I say fix the conditions.
Right. Goodness sakes, those people don't even like this climate.
Bad enough there are sponsors here. Right, Robin?
Please. Yeah, that's what I always say. Get rid of the sponsors. So anyway, yesterday the Supreme Court said, yes, we can send them back if they're still in the water. We don't know what to do with the people who make it here. Yeah. But if you don't make it here, we know what to do with you. We send you right home.
Right on.
If you make it here, you can make it anywhere.
That's what they say. Meanwhile, what is going on with this whole Crown Heights issue? Apparently there was, remember a couple of years ago, or was it last year, when that kid was killed in a car accident, and then everybody rioted, and Yankel Rosenbaum
was killed.
Well, apparently, and there were 3 days or 4 days of rioting in Crown Heights. Yeah. Well, now everybody's doing a study on it.
Oh, yeah? That'll help.
Figure out what happened, what went wrong.
That's our mayor. He always studies things.
Yeah. And they haven't actually released the information yet, but there are rumors circulating that the study is going to say that Mayor Dinkins wasn't really at fault, but he did rely a little too heavily on the so-called experts to handle the situation. When it got out of control, he should have taken a tighter rein, I suppose, is what they're saying. Well, and he relied a little bit too heavily on the police commissioner, who then was telling people to sort of just let things go.
Something happened here in New York that is one of the most despicable things I've ever heard of in my lifetime. And I'm going to tell you, I know, Gilbert's appearance at...
Yes.
No, but one of the most despicable things that ever happened in my lifetime. I couldn't believe it. So, this rabbi dude, of course, in Crown Heights, where blacks and Jews live here. Why the Jews just don't leave, I don't understand. I don't know what's with Hasidim.
The Orthodox and Hasidim, they just stay.
They stay, no matter what the conditions.
They get to a place, they stay there.
They should just move out and go where other white people are or something.
I'm sure that neighborhood has flipped several times with different
Hasidim
groups in there, but the Hasidim have always stayed.
I think they think if they just wait long enough, white people will move back there. So they're all living there and stuff, and so this rabbi is driving, and he has an accident. He kills a black kid on a bike, which happens a lot. Every day there are black guys who kill white kids. Or,
all the time. But black kids are being killed by black drivers, and Hispanic drivers.
All the time.
Everybody's killing everybody.
All right, so this one Jewish guy had an accident. It was proven that the guy wasn't trying to kill the kid. He didn't have a vendetta against the kid.
No, he didn't speed up when he saw a kid coming
he didn't have him in his scope or something like that. So in order to, of course, be vindicated, this black mob went ahead and dragged some
well, I don't even know if it was the black mob. There was a group of 4 or 5 guys.
4 or 5 what, Robin?
4 or 5 black guys.
And they grabbed this guy and they started killing him.
They knifed him.
Beat him.
And they even found the knife.
Him.
They even had the knife that the guy used and everything with his fingerprints on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
and he identified him before he died.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Gets better.
So anyway, and then I guess
Gilbert knows about this.
This is one thing Gilbert knows about. Well, Gilbert's constantly being persecuted, so he's up on that. Gilbert figures he's the next Jew to get grabbed by a mob.
I know. That's why I got to be careful about it.
That's why he doesn't care about his weight.
Yeah. Who wants to be thin if you're going to die?
It'll make me harder to be
So anyway, to make a long story short, this mob actually got away with it. That's all.
Right, because the guys who were put on trial were acquitted.
Yeah, and you never hear our mayor screaming about it. He's not upset about it. What was the last thing our mayor was upset about? He was upset about, I forget what it was. He was upset about the Los Angeles...
Jeffersons being moved to 11:30.
That he was upset about.
Rodney King verdict.
He was upset about the Rodney King verdict. In other words, he's saying he's upset with the jury system. I never heard a mayor before come out and say he's upset with the jury system, but our mayor is. That he's upset with. But he certainly wasn't upset with the jury system when it came to this kid being killed.
Well, anyway, the Post apparently has done its own investigation, and they say that they have testimony from several police officers who say they were told not to do anything.
Yes, I believe it.
And just to stand in their ranks while all this rioting went on. And they couldn't control that situation. And many of them were considering mutinying because they felt so helpless in that whole situation. But we'll have to wait and see what the other report says. It just seems to me that, this has gone an awful long time past the event to be dredging the incident up again.
Hey, Fred, you know what? You remind me of a police officer. You know how you must have gotten the same order they got. They do nothing. There you go.
And Freddie is not a mutineer.
No, he's not. He never mutinied. Never upset. All right, well, speaking of that, it's Fred's turn to hit the button and take over for commercials. Gilbert Gottfried's here.
Yeah.
I bet you Gilbert's got an unbelievably ugly ass.
Oh. You don't want to take Gilbert's clothes off.
Gilbert, pull your Jackie, pull Gilbert's pants down. I want to see his ass. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern is American as apple pie, served by a lesbian waitress.
That really hurt.
It is a bigger injustice to this country. This is a circus. It's a national disgrace.
Body moving, he wasn't found in the town, so
The Howard Stern Show.
What did you have to say to get that Miracle Whip commercial? Did you actually see the commercial? Did you know what you had to do?
Just basically they gave me a script.
What was the script? What did you have to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was doing the voice
of a cartoon?
Of a mayonnaise jar.
Were you really?
You're going to be the mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm a classy guy.
Aren't ad guys great? Like, Gilbert sits around his whole career. No one thinks of then Disney figures they'll put him in Aladdin.
Right.
As a stupid parrot. And then all of a sudden the ad guy's like, hey, you know who should be the mayonnaise jar? Gilbert Gottfried.
Right, all of a sudden your name starts coming up in those meetings.
Because I've been a fan of his for years.
Oh, so you were going to be a mayonnaise jar, and Miracle Whip would have a different voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, so you'd be the annoying mayonnaise.
No, I was actually Miracle Whip mayonnaise.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, because now I'm popular enough that I can be their mayonnaise.
Oh, I see. And by the way, that's not mayonnaise. That's something else.
They call it salad dressing.
There's no way that's salad dressing. It's awful.
It's mayonnaise-flavored substance.
Yeah. It's vile. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, I did Mattis right. We're back to the news. Yeah, we're back to the news.
You've come back already?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of commercials, did you see the new Michael Jordan McDonald's commercial? They catch him right off the court.
Yeah.
So they're mimicking the Disney commercial.
And what do they say?
Hey, Magic.
No, Michael.
Or whatever your name is.
No, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Hey, Magic.
Hey, Magic.
You have 3 days to live.
No, hold on. My name ain't Magic.
Maybe they did call it Magic.
Hey, you saying we all look alike? What is it, Papa Foley?
Would you like to talk to a half Jamaican, half Haitian
who says you have a double standard when it comes to immigrants in this country.
Oh, I do. Do I?
Huh?
Gee, I can't even finish my Michael Isaac story.
You're back on your other story. What
happened?
What happened?
Gary tripped over the thing, almost ripped my head off.
That's good, Papa Folder.
Yeah.
Hello? 1 second, man. 1 second, baby. Hold on a second. Yes? 1 second. Hold on. Yes? Yes? Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes,
That's a difficult word, hello.
Gilbert, excuse me. I'm talking to one of my listeners.
This is very serious now, Gil. We don't have to...
Yeah, this is a serious discussion. I don't want to hear that stupid parrot voice. Yes, hello.
Hello.
What do you want?
Yes,
Turn off your radio.
He's very confused.
Okay, listen. I'm part Haitian and part Jamaican. I just like...
Oh, you're putting me on.
I am not putting you on.
I hear the laugh in your voice.
No, I'm not. Listen.
He's crying.
Then who is that? What is going on in the background?
Nothing. I'm just telling you that it is a double standard. When it comes down to these German refugees, I mean, I live in Bensonhurst. Like, look at the Yusuf Hawkins thing. When that occurred, I mean, I didn't hear you crucify those guineas. You know what's
wrong?
I mean,
wrong.
Look at all the hypocrisy. You're full of it.
Wrong.
Well, I thought he called about the immigrants.
How you doing, Robin?
Good morning.
I don't know. This guy's all over the place. As far as immigrants go, we have no room for any more immigrants. The country is filled up. You know what fill up means? Too many. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of these immigrants that are coming over now by the boatload that really don't add to the culture of this country. They really don't add to the work ethic. They want to be supported.
No, that's a lie.
They want to be supported. They want us to teach them English. We cannot absorb. You know what it costs to absorb an immigrant? Oh, come on. Get with it already. You're an American now. Are you an American?
Yes, I am.
Then who's going to pay for all these immigrants? You got money? Why don't you chip in, you creep?
I'm no creep. You're a creep.
You're a creep. You're a son of a bitch.
Well, I'm glad we got that straightened out.
Everybody, my sister the other day, I'm sitting outside with her, she goes, Clinton said they're going to have national health insurance. When are we going to get health insurance?
Your sister's looking for health insurance.
I said, you know, you're funny. I said to her, let me ask you something. First of all, you know how the presidency works? So the Clinton just doesn't become the president and all of a sudden there's national health insurance. He's got to go. You got to go through Congress. You got to go through the whole process.
That was your sister you were talking about.
Yeah. And then she says, yeah, but I need health insurance. I said, listen, I'll tell you something. You're better off going out and getting your own policy for health insurance. I'll tell you why. Because when there's national health insurance, you're going to be paying for 25 new immigrants to get health insurance. People think they're going to get something for free. They love to think they're going to get something for free. You're not going to get it.
And then they'll abuse it because they think it's not costing them anything, so they'll be there all the time, constantly with an ache or a pain.
That's like Medicaid. Do you know who Medicaid was set up for? Who was Medicaid set up for? Gilbert, do you know?
Old people?
No. Just the opposite. Young people who, God forbid, were wiped out when their parents started going to the hospital. You'd see young families have to support their parents. They would get wiped out. So they put it in effect to help out young families so they wouldn't get wiped. Now, every old rat bastard who can wheel himself over to the doctor, has nothing wrong with them, they're at the doctor every week. They got chiropractors, they got pills, they got...
Instead of getting a hobby, they go visit the doctor.
Grandma Moses used to paint. She never had time for the doctor. I got to tell you something. They are raping the country, these doctors and these old people, and they go every day to the doctor. It's free after all. We worked all those years. We should get it.
You know what they ought to do? If they do come up with a national health system, they should have a high deductible.
If they ever come up with it,
they really are sick before they go to the doctor.
It'll never happen because once people realize that they have to pay for this, they think they're going to get free health insurance. You're not only going to have to pay for you, you're going to have to pay for every one of these whacked out immigrants who shows up on the shore, and you're going to have to...
health care shouldn't cost as much as it does in this country.
Keep dreaming. It's going to cost a fortune.
Every doctor goes into it to get rich, not to take care of people.
You're going to pay... And listen, I'd rather they get rich and give me good health care. Wait till you see the loads we get in medical school once there's no money in it.
You know what'll happen?
Some doctors retired on me alone.
The whole industry will become female.
I know. It'll be a bunch of nurses taking care of you.
And the medical schools are getting ready for that now. Notice how many women are graduating from medical school. It's going to become a female industry. Men won't even be in it anymore. And then you'll get decent health care at decent cost.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what you'll get? You'll get a bunch of nurses giving you brain operations.
Nurses are very good. How dare you?
Oh, come on, Robin. You were a great nurse, but I'm going to tell you something. You would have made a lousy doctor.
I beg your pardon. I used to have to tell those doctors what to do.
I see.
Anyway, back to Gilbert's favorite
Everybody thinks they deserve to live.
What was that? Wait a minute. I think we just jumped subject.
Yes. And how are you going to operate?
Gilbert would be the first to be at that national health care.
I know. Oh, he would have used it.
Sign up death.
Oh, he's so cheap. What do I do?
Do they have to close me up? Is that extra?
But how are you going to be a doctor with those big breasts? You couldn't operate with those in the way.
They don't
There's no
get
way.
in the way.
Oh, yes,
Howard.
they
I'd
would.
be perfectly fine.
How could she operate if she was
You'd
doing...
have to lean over backwards.
You would have to do it.
Be a contortionist.
You would have to be a contortionist to operate.
I'd
Anyway,
operate behind your back.
finish the story you were on so we can break.
What was I saying? I was saying Michael Jordan.
Right. Went to McDonald's.
Just did this commercial. He was standing on the court after the Bulls beat the Suns.
Right.
And some off-camera announcer says to him, Michael, you just won 3 championships in a row. Are you hungry for a 4th?
And he said, yes.
No, I'm hungry for McDonald's, is what he said.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Oh, boy, I wish I could get some easy money like that. Gilbert almost had easy money like that for the Miracle Whip, but he blew it.
Yeah. But, the thing that cracked me up was here Disney spent a lot of money developing this concept,
right.
and McDonald's just rips it off.
Yeah, well, figure out that McDonald's ripped off Wetson's, too. Remember Wetson's?
Oh, yeah.
Wetson's was this little hamburger chain that started out way before McDonald's. And they had a great idea. You drive up. Did you ever see Wetson's?
No.
It was here in New York. And it was McDonald's. It was Wetson's. And you went in. I went as a kid all the time. Wetson's.
I think Mariel Hemingway was married to that guy for a while.
Was she?
Yeah.
Funny the stuff you know.
Yeah. I'm a wealth of meaningless information.
15 cents.
Right? Remember? And burgers, fries, and thick shakes. And you drive up. They had a drive-up window.
Yeah.
You could go in and just get a quick burger. And that's all they had. Hamburgers, fries, and thick shakes.
Right.
Great hamburgers, the whole thing. Where are they now?
I don't know.
Idiots. Unbelievable idiots. They blew it. They had the whole thing locked up.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the vision. They didn't understand. The McDonald's came in, ripped off the whole concept, and there they are.
Amazing. Well, we better go take a commercial break.
Yeah. We'll be back right after these important words.
I'm going to bring something up that bothers me. An aluminum plaque on Highway 295 honoring Howard Stern. Well, I'd love to have his numbers right now. I know what you're saying, but I still don't like it.
WNDE, Honeoye Falls, Rochester.
Hey, you guys! Do you love your naked women? You know, I do too, but you know what? You guys are being rude. Why are you booing these beautiful ladies? Because you're not seeing Talk to Rudy Giuliani. It's his law, not ours. Write him a goddamn letter. We're doing what we can to burn you guys on. Does anybody have a on? Have you seen my movies? Have you seen Jill Kelly's movies? That'll give you a on, and so will these damn girls. Give them the decency to clap for them because they're sexy, naked or not. Let me hear you.
And we're here with Gilbert Gottfried, and we're doing the news.
That's right.
Yeah. And Gilbert also has a cartoon. It sounds like Gilbert's very happening, but he's not that happening. And I got Miracle Whip, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to read the ingredients?
All I know is I opened it up in here. Everybody was passing out.
You had to close the lid real quick?
Have you ever tasted Miracle Whip, Gilbert?
No.
You want to taste it? Just put your finger in here.
Oh, jeez.
Then he'll tell you what it is.
Ah.
Go ahead. That's it. I get to say it. Put the pinky in. There you go. Go ahead, yes. Go ahead.
Go ahead, you Jew.
All right,
go ahead, Jew.
Eat it.
Oh.
Don't eat your finger. Just eat the dressing.
Believe me, if I could bite off part of my finger, I would.
It's the closest he's been to sex yet. Look at him.
Wait, can somebody push my hair back?
Put your finger in a little deeper.
Yeah.
Want to take the jar home?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it awful?
Can we have moaning sounds?
What's in it?
7 grams of fat.
Certainly stays with you for a while.
Soybean oil, water, vinegar, sugar, egg yolks, starch. What is starch?
All the things that are good for you.
Is it like starch like you put in your laundry?
Yes, probably some of that stuff to stiffen your collar.
And then also food starch modified, salt, mustard flour, spice, paprika, and natural flavor. And then they say it's 36% less fat and 30% fewer calories than mayonnaise because nobody knows what mayonnaise is and nobody knows what this is.
Well, mayonnaise is just eggs.
Oh, yeah, and what's this?
And oil. Eggs and oil is what mayonnaise is.
This is a like library paste. You want to taste it?
No. I didn't like mayonnaise. Why would I want to eat Miracle
We just
Whip?
want to see you stick your finger in it.
Put your finger in the jar. I don't care if you eat it.
Just come in here and push your finger in it.
Come on.
Hey, Jackie, bring it over. Let her taste it.
I don't want to taste it. You taste it.
I've already tasted it. It's disgusting. All right, forget it.
Just lick the rim of it for us, please.
Just put your tongue in the jar.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you got there, Robin?
A 51-year-old Queens man wearing a yarmulke was beaten earlier today.
That was me.
Gilbert.
I can't run that fast.
Gilbert on his way to shul.
On a Brooklyn subway platform. This is pretty sad. The guy was surrounded by a group of youths
Yeah.
who demanded money. Apparently what happened was they saw him.
You see that yarmulke right away, they know.
They walked over to him and they said, "Hey, give me your money."
Yo, give me your money.
And he said, "Leave me alone.
What
I don't
ethnic
have
group were
any
they,
money."
Robin? Does it mention?
I think these were black youths.
Were they?
Schwarzes?
You call it what you want when you're down there in the subway.
Yeah, we'll see him down there. Put a yarmulke on, let him come up.
Right.
Hey, Schwarzes. What's master?
So he says, "Leave me alone. I don't have any money."
That must have been Gilbert then. Gilbert never gives up money.
Right. Yeah. And they said, "You're Jewish. You must have money."
Of course. Those guys aren't dumb.
I said, no, I lost the Miracle Whip account.
Then they hit him in the face.
Oh.
So this guy starts screaming, and a police officer was in the area and happened to run down, heard the screaming, and the victim pointed out his assailants. The cop chased them down, and he wound up catching these guys.
And nothing will happen.
They were arrested.
That's a race crime. That's called a race crime.
Absolutely. They say this is a bias crime because they picked out a Jewish guy because he had money.
Nothing will happen to those boys. If the boys are worried that they're going to go to jail, they will not.
Well, they're 18 and 19 years old. They'll be prosecuted as adults.
The guys who snatch watches down in the subway, they never do jail time. Fact.
Really?
Fact.
Well, then we're just saying it's okay to do that stuff then.
Because there's so many criminals now that gold chain snatching is now just sport. It's become acceptable.
So in other words, you're just going to have to start fighting back if you want your stuff.
Till the people of this city elect me, they're just going to have to sit there and fend for themselves. You want action? You put me in charge. Martial law. The streets will be given back to you at night. You'll be able to walk in Central Park at night. You make me the mayor.
You'll be able to sleep in Central Park.
Yep. A few people's rights will be trounced, but I guarantee you there'll be a cleanup in this city like you never saw. They'll have to come and arrest me. You know what? I'll be the first mayor to be impeached. It'll be unbelievable.
But boy, will it be a good time.
First day in office, boy. Boy, oh boy. You talk about a police state.
No, see, I'd be a little worried about you.
I know.
Elect me mayor.
No, your
streets will be safe.
You're too much of a pussy.
I'm no pussy.
You won't even lick this. You won't even lick this Miracle Whip jar.
Come on. Just run your tongue around the edge a little
be
bit.
quiet. Do you know who we have a new...
Lick it.
Yeah.
Lick it, lick it, lick it, lick it, lick it.
A new number... I'm not going to listen to them.
He loves you.
I'm going to talk to you.
Get out of here.
I have a new number one.
Yes.
I have... New York City has a new number one ethnic group.
Lick it. Lick it.
Who was the old number one ethnic group?
The Lickets.
What do you mean, a number one?
Well, you know, when you count population, Howard, you count a whole number, and then you say, well, how many blacks do you have? How many Germans do you have?
How many Lickets you have?
Italians? How many Irish?
Fred goes, Latvians are always number one.
How many of this? How many of that? How many Haitians, Dominicans, and so forth?
Well, who is number one?
So who are there the most of?
I would
in the
say...
city of New York. Who were the number one ethnic group?
I would say the number one ethnic group was... blacks, and now it's Hispanics.
Wrongo.
What is it?
The number one ethnic group.
Give me the timpani.
Previously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Ed. Come on, Ed. Let's see it. Let's see the tote roll. Chinese.
You ready? The number one ethnic group used to be Italian American.
You're kidding me.
No. And now they have been outnumbered by Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Ricans, I knew it.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high.
I knew it.
So they are now the most numerous ethnic group in the city, according to the 1990 census.
Yeah, you can tell when you walk down the street and you see a bunch of guys in their undershirts just sitting out on the stoop all day and night.
Well, you saw what happened the other week when we had the Puerto Rican day.
Oh, it's a nightmare. What a mess.
That should have been an indication.
Yeah, I don't know. I was more comfortable when America didn't have so many ethnic groups. I really was.
Howard, you wouldn't know whether they had ethnic groups or not. Where
America isn't what it used to be.
Where do you live?
It's all going to change. I'm telling you, Germany or something's going to be the #1 power in the country, in the world soon.
That's not true.
It's going to happen.
Germany's got problems of its own.
You wait and see what happens.
Quite frankly, I don't give them much of a chance of
maybe the
surviving. Surviving the influx of multicolored people into this
Now, can you imagine?
country.
Do you know what you're saying? That New York now has more Puerto Ricans than anything.
We probably have more than Puerto Rico.
Can you believe that?
So it means we have the most hubcaps.
Oh, come on. Yes. Don't joke. I would have slammed the gate shut after Ricky Ricardo.
He was not Puerto Rican. He was
Whatever.
Cuban.
Well, them too. Same thing. What else you got there, Robin?
The makers of the abortion pill, RU486.
Are you 486?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting that the abortion pill is called RU486? What is 86 a term for?
Yeah.
For death.
Yeah.
Are you 486?
Very good.
Yeah.
The Gilbert's impressed.
Gilbert just passed out.
Yeah.
Gilbert's appendix started
It
hurt.
was too much to think about.
Well, they say that you'll probably never be able to get that pill in the United States.
No, because the lawyers probably ruined it.
No, they say it's anti-abortionists who are bothering them. They say they don't want to deal with the protesting and the carrying on.
Ridiculous.
That goes on in this country.
Soon we're going to have to go back.
Try to have abortion.
We're going to have to go back to punching girls in the stomach when they get pregnant.
They say it's just too much trouble and not worth the risk to sell the drug over here, even though they would make about $35 million a year in the American market.
Can we do a mail order?
No, you just go to France and get it.
I see.
So they're not going to sell it here in the United States. You won't be able to get that.
Gilbert, you should go to France to get that for all your girls.
Oh, okay.
Who needs a lot of little Gilberts running around?
Yeah, that would be wrong.
No, I just push them down the stairs if they get pregnant.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of little people running around, you know...
That's me.
President Clinton has another brother, maybe. The president said he tried to call his new brother yesterday, but nobody was home. Couldn't get a hold of him.
Did he really try to call him?
Yeah, that's what he said to the press.
Nice.
He made one phone call. It's not like he's killing himself.
Right.
But he did try to call this guy. Apparently, his father, was something else. His
Clinton.
father had 2 wives.
Yes. Before
he married Bill Clinton's mother, and they were both sisters.
Oh, boy.
So, I mean, are we talking about a Geraldo show here? What?
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
That's what we have in the White House.
Yeah, I said, whenever we elect these country bumpkins, we've got to expect this kind of stuff.
It's like Deliverance.
So, Bill says he would like to talk to this guy and figure out what's going on here before he says any more about it to the press.
If I was Bill, I'd burn my family album. All of a sudden, a brother pops up.
Yeah,
and he really distinguished himself. He's a janitor.
Did you see him yesterday on the news?
Yeah.
He sounded like an old black man.
Goober.
Well, Mr. Clinton, my brother.
Hello there, my brother. How am you?
I just want to say hello. I'm the President of the United States, and I'm your half-brother, and I just want to welcome you into the family.
Well, hold the door there, my son. I need to speak to you about a few things here, long I got you on the phone. Now, if I may, I'd like to say that I am now sweeping up presently in my job. So let me call your ass back as soon as I'm done cleaning up here.
Well, I understand you're a janitor. Isn't that right, my brother?
Yes, I am. And I'll tell you, I'm just a couple of days from retirement. So I'm real happy to say that I'll have some free time to come visit you and Mrs. Clinton at the White House. Now, let me say, I done worked my way up to this here position after many years in the janitorial business. And I like to say that I'm the president of the janitors, just like you the president. So it was our destiny to be brothers. So I'm so proud to know you, my brother.
Well, I got to say that anytime you want to come to the White House, Hillary and I would be happy to see you.
Well, Well, that's good to hear, because I was afraid that you wouldn't like me or something, because I was just a janitor, not one of your fancy Barbra Streisand Hollywood friends. So I have a piece of advice for your presidency. Always use bleach to de-stain the toilet.
Well, I really don't get involved with the toilets at the White House.
You don't? Say, you need a janitorial consultant over there, or what? Maybe your brother could help you with the toilets. You know, I cleaned a couple of thousand in my lifetime, and I'd love to help out at the White House in my retirement. This will give me a second income, yes,
Well, I'll tell you, I gotta go, all right? So it's nice talking to you.
Should I visit you?
Yeah, sure, you can visit us, if you set it up with my people.
Well, we're brothers. We should get together. We must be brothers. Well, I done married a loudmouth myself, just like you and Hillary. My wife always
ask about his niece?
Yeah. Sure, how my niece over there, Chelsea?
That's Chelsea.
No, that's Chelsea. I've seen how you spell it. C-A-D-E-L-S-E-A. Hey, you got any varmints that need some skinning?
No, we don't. We just have a cat.
You know varmints?
No, we don't have any varmints.
I got to tell you something. I'm just so proud that you's my brother. We all here just so happy. You must be happy to have found me, huh?
Well, to tell you the truth, for years I've been avoiding my brother Roger.
Well, so have I.
You don't see his ass, do you?
No, I don't see his ass, tell you the truth. But anyway, it was good to talk to you and say howdy, and just to learn a little bit about my brother. Just kind of sad that I found you so late alive there, blue brother.
What are you doing?
I'm crying. I'm so happy to have found my presidential brother. Now, how am I going to make money off of this? Hey, wait a second. I smell something. P.U. That means I got to go back to work. My work is not done. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about the rest of the president's gnarled family tree.
Barbed wires on that family tree.
His father now, we understand, was married 3 times, and his mother married 3 times. So he has 6 step-siblings, as well as a half-brother, Roger Clinton. Now, of course...
Wow. He keeps them hidden like Gilbert keeps his family hidden.
There is some question
and he's got
some
kids with arms growing out of the side of their head.
There is some question as to whether this man is really his brother.
Right.
A woman named Vera Ramey, who was apparently Bill Clinton's father's sister, if you can keep up with me.
I'm keeping up with you.
Told the newspapers that Ritzenthaler, his father, was actually a member of the Blythe's family who was a married man. And Bill's father...
Gilbert, no one followed.
Right. And Bill's father took responsibility for the boy to avoid a scandal.
I could be related to him.
That it's not really Bill's brother at all. So
Gilbert might be his brother.
I think a blood test is in order.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. President, it's me.
Gilbert's related.
Gilbert. Oh, hi, Gilbert. How are you? I didn't realize we were related.
Yeah, we're related. Can I have some money, please?
You get that Miracle Whip commercial?
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to talk to you about that when I get to the White House.
Gilbert, I'd like to be your brother, but I heard some off-color comments on the Howard Stern show that you made, and I'm sorry, I can't be your brother.
Out of the family.
We're going to have to exercise the morals clause, Gilbert.
Yes.
A new book says Howard Hughes was bisexual. He craved
I wish he was still alive.
From both men and women, and had wild bedroom grapplings with movie hunks Cary Grant.
Oh, Mr. Hughes! Stop that, Mr. Hughes! Oh, get that pig off me! I hate farm animals! Oh, stop it, piggy! Get off me, porky!
Don't you wish Howard Hughes was alive so we could get him?
Yeah. Oh, boy!
Gilbert and I are bisexuals.
Yeah.
We're looking for a rich
bisexual. With Tyrone Power and Randolph Scott. They say that actress Bette Davis used to boast to pals that she was the only woman who could fully satisfy Howard Hughes.
Really?
Yeah. This guy...
Get out of here, Betty. I want to be alone with the pig.
Charles Hyam has written a new biography of Hughes called A Secret Life.
You know that Howard Hughes had long fingernails, Robin? He would never cut
at the end of his life.
Those are so he could explore buttocks with those long nails.
Hyam says that Hughes was a closet bisexual who had fling after fling with many Hollywood leading men. Hughes made love to Grant after inviting the actor to sail aboard his luxury yacht. They said neither was romantic, passionate, or committed. They were cool, detached, and personal in their liaison.
Let's just do this and get it over with. I'm going to drop my chunks now, and let's do it quick.
Hughes also adored Tyrone Power's dark, sultry, and carved features. And lusted after his square shoulders and well-defined pectoral muscles.
Get out of here with those defined pectorals.
Muscles.
Judy. Gooey, gooey, gooey.
But he also juggled women. Apparently he was having flings with Ginger Rogers and Betty Davis.
I taste like ginger.
Living with Katharine Hepburn. So he was all over the place.
I can't be with you other homos. I taste Ginger Rogers.
Let's be very unemotional about this.
And detached.
Yes.
Let's just not even kiss.
Let's pretend it's not even happening.
Let's be in complete denial.
Okay, I'll pretend I dropped my car keys.
And then I'll get goosed on the spruce goose.
While he loved sex, though, he apparently hated Jews and offered President...
Juicy.
Anti-Semitism. Once when he tested a new plane over Hollywood, he laughed at how the kike Louis B. Mayer might have to shut down for the day.
Filthy kike Louis B. Mayer.
So it sounds like a very interesting book.
We'll be back after this.
What's going on here?
More in a moment.
You're listening to a man who's about to share his perversions with the national television audience. Howard Stern.
What else you got there, Robin?
A white lesbian.
Yes.
Has been given the
Hello
right.
there.
Has been given the right to adopt a black handicapped child.
Hello, Mommy. I might not be able to walk too good, but I know I love a white lesbian when I see one.
It's a girl, Howard. A girl child.
Mommy, you my handicap.
Apparently, the child's grandmother objected to the adoption.
Well, I object. This man's lawyer. You're not going to give my granddaughter to no lesbian.
That's right. They had an objection to the race and the sex practices of this adoptive parent.
Black and handicapped.
Yeah, what's next?
Why doesn't he find one that's bald also and missing an arm?
Who's gonna help that baby? Who's gonna help that baby now? Who's gonna help that baby?
The judge said, contrary to forceful arguments against having this child with a white lesbian, the law of this state and the nation does not legitimize private prejudices.
Well, in defense of this white lesbian here.
Now, I want you to calm down, Grandma. What you getting so upset about?
Who's gonna take care of that baby? Who's gonna take care of it? With a lesbian? What kind of stripes is that poor black child gonna have in here? Now, I can't take care of no handicapped child. That's your...
Hold on now. Don't you get all worked up, Grandma.
Hey, come on. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? I can't take care of no handicapped child, but I certainly don't think no lesbian gonna be able to do that.
Now, you looky here. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about either. Hey, shut up, man. You don't say that what to me.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, I do.
Now, woman, you getting all...
Hey, shut up. I'll get this out. You don't know what I would do that to you. Why does she try to kiss the girl?
Now, I don't think the lesbian gonna kiss the handicapped black baby.
What do you know about it? You don't even know no lesbian.
Now, look here. Now, I came by and saw my grandbaby playing with that lesbian vibrator like a Tonka toy.
Lesbian vibrator? Imagine the baby see a vibrator and think it's a toy. It starts to
man, we are living in 1993. No Libby ain't just gonna feed the baby fish. And she'll have a daddy named Louise. Louise? Now you young
You
crazy.
should say that because she does have a companion of 17 years.
Oh, I told you. Now, woman, this is happening all over America. If that lady loved a baby, if the lady loved a baby, that's true, a lady. But this is a man. This is a man in woman clothes. Now you gone crazy, woman. How many black couples you know want to adopt another black baby with a handicap? I'm tired of this argument. I'm sick and tired of arguing with you. Well, I'm sick and tired of arguing with you. The way I see it, the baby will get so confused, maybe she will forget that she am handicapped. Now you can kiss my ass. What if she kissed that baby one time while wearing a pubic hair on her lip? Her lesbian lover. Now you gone and become distasteful in my argument.
Can we go on?
All right, I'm sorry.
Too much fun.
Yeah, all right.
Stories.
With the news.
Jerry Seinfeld is in the news today.
Uh-oh.
Apparently.
Excuse me, are you in kindergarten?
USA Today reporting on Jerry's appearance.
Hey, put down that rattle, baby.
They say he breaks his silence on his young love.
On our show?
Yes.
Did they credit us?
Yes, they did. Monday, he told Howard Stern's radio audience the relationship didn't work out.
I was dating a girl named Shoshana Lowenstein.
I couldn't pronounce Shoshana, so I had to break it up. Plus, she wasn't potty trained. She didn't know how to read. And our parents had to drive her to my house each day.
I don't like a girl when too much hair has grown in.
She had hair growing on her head even, for God's sakes.
I would have loved Howard Hughes.
I like a girl that still has to have the intestines washed off her.
Oh, shit.
What?
I don't know what he's talking about.
You're out of your mind.
I like a girl that still has the umbilical cord attached.
There you go.
Unbiblical cord.
Unbiblical cord.
Unbiblical.
But when
biblical cord attached.
When Jerry was asked if he had made out with the young beauty.
Yes.
No, she started crying, and then her carriage started rolling down the block, and I had to run after it.
Seinfeld noted that there were some things he'd rather not discuss on Stern's horny little show. So there you go.
Like why her
Seinfeld
babysitter had to be in the room every minute.
I was late for our first date, picking up Play-Doh and condoms. What did I know?
Who are these pedophiles?
They're asking if Madonna's pregnant in the news today.
She's too old for me.
People are saying, you know, they saw a picture of her in the Daily News the other day where she looked a little porky, and they think, oh, maybe she's pregnant. Maybe she's having somebody's baby.
Jerry, you wouldn't go out with Madonna?
No, she's way too old. Any girl who has hair on her head, I cannot go out with.
Have you ever dated like a 12-year-old?
Yes, but see, they start to know a little more.
They know too much.
They're already getting a little too bitter in the ways of life.
You need someone innocent.
Yeah.
They're jaded already, those 12-year-olds.
The minute they smack the girl's butt and she starts crying, that's when I start dating them.
I see a tampon and I'm out of there.
Any girl who has teeth growing in, I don't want. What was that, a tooth? Oh, she's teething now. I'm sorry, we're going to have to break it off.
I'll tell you, that just cost you the Hellman's commercial.
I hope you didn't have any other endorsements planned.
Who are these people who are potty trained? I say goodbye.
Charlie Rose is in the news this morning. I love how all these guys, you know, with the...
Does he have a kid?
No, he doesn't. With the great images, you know, they're supposed to be so mature. And they're supposed to have so much going for them. Yes, Gary?
Yes, Gary? I like to push girls on swings with my pants down. What is it?
Well, there's a guy on the phone that says, you know, Gilbert's here making fun of Jerry.
Right.
But that he saw Gilbert with a pretty young woman about a year ago himself.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Gilbert, is that true? Do you date young girls?
I was pushing her carriage.
I said to
But how old was she?
He said about 20.
Oh, but that's okay.
20.
Hey, dude. It's a big difference between a high school girl and a 20-year-old.
Well, they're pretty close.
You're just jealous. You had a 20-year-old?
No, it was a boy, but still.
No, wait. It was a really, before the show I met her, she was a really, really cute girl, and she said she was the girlfriend. And then, I don't know, afterwards on the street I saw them and they were together and I just waved goodbye. And she was really attractive. And I said, hey, you know, Gilbert's doing pretty well for himself.
Do you have a girlfriend now?
Me?
No, Gilbert.
Oh, you. Yeah, we're concerned whether you have...
Gilbert, do you have a girlfriend now? Do you want to announce something?
Yes, I have one. She's in a carriage outside.
Is that why you're getting fat now? Because you don't have to attract women anymore? Home cooking? He sends a girl out for the pizza. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Nothing to report there.
I don't even believe that Gilbert was with a girl, so what do you think of that?
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that Gilbert gets girls.
There's a guy on the phone. He saw Gilbert with someone who is at least 30. Yes.
Gilbert's robbing the cradle, too.
This girl doesn't have any gray hair. Can you believe it?
Well, let me tell you about Charlie Rose, who's
That's the real news item.
I have to do serious news.
Yes.
I don't want to do those Hollywood fluff pieces in a magazine show. I want to do serious interviews with newsmakers.
Yeah, we know Charlie Rose.
He's a little adolescent, too.
Yeah. What does he do?
Apparently, he's just broken up with some girlfriend. You know, I told you he was bragging to everybody that he now was in love and had this girl, and they were apparently making the social scene together.
Right.
She's some, well-represented person, Amanda Burden, who's a real socialite.
Yeah.
And was getting Charlie all into the social world. Well, they're now busted up.
Yeah, Charlie goes out with tons of women.
Why? Because there was another girl.
Yeah, of course.
Apparently one of Charlie's girlfriends called this woman and said, look, Charlie and I are still seeing each other, and if you don't believe it, I have pictures, I have answering machine messages, I can prove that Charlie and I are still together.
Charlie's been doing this stuff since way back in Washington.
So this Amanda Burden confronted Charlie about it and, just said, you know what, that's it, I'm out of here. Because Charlie said, it's just something that just got out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
You hear her last name? Burden? She became a burden.
To Charlie. So anyway, they're all broken up and everybody's complaining now because, they were supposed to be at some charity event together and now the table of 10 turned into a table of 8 because they opted out at the last minute and they were supposed to be renting a house out in Bellport, Long Island together and they're not going to do that anymore, so they won't be out there.
Boy, that ruins my day.
I love it when these guys with the images turn out to be just as adolescent as everybody else.
Yeah, we've seen that guy gets phone. That guy's a good-looking guy, Charlie Rose. He gets phone numbers from
left and right
from girls to stick their phone numbers in his hands. That never happened to me.
How's he supposed to avoid it?
We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to a man who lies to his children and tells them he's a Harvard professor. Dr. Howard Stern.
Now back to the Howard Stern Show on 95.1 The Nerve.
What else you got, Robin? Anything?
The last week of David Letterman, I guess, is upon us.
Gilbert, they're going to have him on every night.
Yeah, they're acting like it's a big deal, like he's going somewhere. So they're documenting this. Tonight he has Sarah Jessica Parker.
She's got a great body.
Chris Elliott and Julia Child.
He's got a great body.
On tomorrow's show, Tom Brokaw.
He's got a great body.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think he's too thin.
And 10,000 Maniacs. Thursday, whiny comic Gary Shandling.
I thought you meant Gilbert.
I thought I was on it.
And a guest still to be announced, so there's a slot open.
Because Gilbert and I are wrestling on the floor for it.
Friday is
Steve Wright will call up.
Hello.
I can't be nice to Johnny anymore. He's not on the air.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could be on your show.
Looks like a couple of openings.
Could I kiss your ass like I used to do with Johnny?
Yeah, I used to kiss Johnny's ass.
Thank you, Johnny Carson.
Thank you, Johnny Carson. I'm Stephen Wright. It's really hard to come up with that kind of material over and over again.
And as I said before, you won't be able to miss Letterman because NBC will still be running his reruns of Late Night.
You know, Robin.
For another month.
I worked up some good material for Letterman, if you'll have me on.
You have?
My dog has 3 legs.
Yeah.
When he has to urinate, he falls over.
My God. I laid a lot of eggs lately. Am I part chicken?
One time I fell over. I hit my head. Thank you.
There's a good joke. There's a good joke.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Unfortunately, one of those guests won't be Cindy Crawford. Apparently, the Letterman people had been bugging Cindy to do the show, and they finally got her to book, even though she had no real desire to do the show. And then they left her sitting in the green room and finally came in to inform her that they had run out of time because they went too many segments with Larry King the night she was on.
One time I booked Cindy Crawford on my show, and there wasn't enough time. She left. Thank you.
You notice when Larry King goes on Letterman, he's into being belittled? Like Larry King's willing to be a buffoon?
Oh, yeah. He loves it.
He's an imbecile.
David Letterman's doing it.
If Cindy gets her mole removed, will the scar be even uglier than the mole? Dave, I just wrote that. Put me on with Cindy Crawford.
And Howard, you might want to take notes on this story.
If Conan O'Brien does your show, do I have to kiss his ass?
You might want to take notes on this story. Our karate sensei, Tiger Shulman, was arrested.
Why?
On assault charges or burglary or something.
Get out of here.
It happened in Nassau County.
Serious?
Yeah. Apparently, Tiger Shulman, whose real name is something like David or something, Daniel Shulman. Went to the karate school of another karate master.
Right.
To have some kind of a discussion. I don't know what the discussion was.
Kidding me.
And somehow an altercation erupted. And
who won?
The other master had to be taken to the hospital.
So there you go.
Where he was treated for, let me see.
If Tiger Shulman.
Let me see what he was treated for.
Well, which school would you go to? Tiger Shulman or the other one?
I can't find it. I know he had a broken nose.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, this guy says he was like a maniac. He choked me and repeatedly punched me in the face. He headbutted me and then he got me with a right hook. And when he didn't knock me down, he got frustrated and hit me with a left hook.
If Tiger Shulman beats up another karate instructor, will he be Felon Shulman? But they got into a fight. Two karate guys in a fight.
Tiger Shulman.
This sounds like one of those plots of a Bruce Lee movie. You know, there was always competing karate schools.
And Tiger won, huh?
Well, he sent the guy to the hospital.
Wow.
He wound up having to be arrested.
Fantastic. I mean, it's not fantastic if someone got hurt, but it's just good to know that. What is
Someone got hurt. Hi, Gilbert. Hi, Gilbert. On our phone is Kevin Keating, who is Tiger Shulman's lawyer.
Okay, good.
Wants to talk about the charges.
Okay.
Good.
Smelly.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Howard.
So what happened?
Nice to have me on.
Yes.
Howard, what happened here, and as somebody in the public eye, I think you might know a little bit about what this is all about.
All right.
But apparently this individual who fashions himself to be a competitor of Mr. Shulman, and he is not, attempted to take out his frustrations on Mr. Shulman because of his own business failings. And
well, that's so you say.
That is so.
I mean, let's be fair.
Well, we're just hearing the Shulman side of the story.
Right.
That's exactly right. But the nature of the charge, as Robin has read, is an assault charge. The essence of it, Howard, is a self-defense.
I see.
Defense.
So you're saying that, in other words, the altercation was not started by Mr. Shulman?
Quite the opposite. The altercation was started by this other individual. And
that's the problem when you're Tiger Shulman and you've got a reputation. A lot of times you get into fights, like Bruce Lee used to get into fights all the time because everyone wanted to challenge him.
Well,
so I guess the court will have to determine who challenged who.
Well, that's exactly right. But we don't want the impression to be out there, Howard, that Mr. Shulman advocates this sort of behavior. It's quite the opposite, as you know from your advertisements. And I must tell you that the response to the ads on your show has been overwhelming.
Good.
And we thank you for the opportunity to come on the air.
You're welcome.
But his lifestyle is one of restraint. And what happened here is simply that he subdued an attacker of his. He did it within the law. And we are quite confident that when all is said and done, the public will realize that.
Very good. I'm glad you called.
Okay, well.
Yeah, we don't want Tiger's name out there being...
we like his advertising.
Besmirched.
That's right.
And he loves your advertising.
All right.
And,
well, I hope everything turns out okay.
But it's nice to know he can kick ass when he is attacked.
Hey, I got to say, it ain't a bad endorsement. Very good.
Thank you, Howard.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's interesting when our sponsors make the news.
That karate stuff really works.
You know, he's a lot better than that guy who used to do karate ads on our
when we were in Washington, in Washington there was this guy. He didn't do ads on our station. That was that guy, Jun Rhee.
Jun Rhee. We didn't do ads for him?
No, but his thing was he'd walk outside every year. And he would walk down the streets at night in Washington and, like, get into a fight with, like, he'd wait to get mugged. And so he could prove that his karate, and then he'd get mugged and he'd get hurt.
He'd get beat up.
So it never worked out.
So it was reported in the paper that he was assaulted again.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But he's supposed to be, like, a real respected guy, Jun Rhee.
Jun Rhee? Well, Tiger Schulman really has credentials, though.
Yeah, there you go. What else? Anything, Robin?
You want to train with?
Go, you ought to train for karate.
Yeah, no, I get beaten up as is.
You do?
Yeah, I don't need to have
You don't need any help.
You don't need to look like you can fight. You're already
Did you ever consider karate seriously? Because you're not like you're not really good at defending yourself. You're not real.
No, I'm a pretty tough guy.
Oh, you don't need it?
Boy, when I get moving, boy.
The Irish Republican Army has given a warning to Bono.
Bono?
Yeah.
Sonny Bono shares
No, Bono, the leader of U2, of that rock group, warning him after he tore up the Irish tricolor flag at a concert in Frankfurt, Germany.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah.
No, that's really... You know, I can joke about a lot of things.
Tell him, Gilbert.
But, boy, that's just going way
That's a little low, man. Anybody who's Irish should know that you don't do that.
Well, they said rip up the Irish flag at your concert.
Hey, I like to kid around as much as the next guy.
And you could find yourself in serious trouble.
Right.
After all, they use that flag on the coffins to bury their dead.
Yeah. And also as seat covers.
Bono's also received death threats.
Yes.
After calling the IRA fascists and calling for peace in Northern Ireland.
That's something you don't do. You don't call the IRA fascists.
And you don't call for peace.
Yeah.
And you don't call for peace.
It's just wrong.
It's wrong.
Just plain wrong.
She's out of line.
Keep your nose out of these things. And Kelsey Grammer, I told you the other week.
Let me just say something, Robin, and I really feel compelled to say this in light of the Bono story.
Right.
Yeah. You know, hey, this fella right here has been on the radio for many years. And I've said some pretty insulting things, but I know where the line is drawn. I wouldn't rip up a flag, okay?
Yeah, it's just wrong.
Gilbert, you're pretty outrageous yourself. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I like to be shocking, sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, hey, you're shocking as the next one.
Same.
But you know where to draw the line.
Yeah, I consider myself a rebel.
Right.
But hey, that's just wrong.
So, hey.
Hey.
I'm a rebel, too.
I do jokes. I was the first one to do jokes about having a next-door neighbor.
Right, but I don't rip up a flag.
I'm not going to rip up a flag. And I'm not going to do jokes about Roseanne Barr.
There are boundaries.
Yeah. I was the first person to do a show that had a title.
Right.
No other shows had titles before that.
But I don't rip a flag.
I'm not going to rip up a flag.
I'll make fun of the IRA.
Not me. The IRA. It's the IRA. I don't make fun of the IRA.
I have boundaries.
Kelsey Grammer of Cheers, he plays a psychiatrist. I told you last week that he was asking for a divorce from his current wife after only 8 months because he says she's mentally unstable.
I'll make jokes about that.
And then
At least I don't make jokes about the IRA.
Last week, she attempted suicide, apparently, and had been rushed to a hospital. Well, now, apparently, she's had an abortion.
I draw the line at flag jokes and girls over 12. I have boundaries.
And finally this morning on the talk shows, Jenny Jones, women who got pregnant in order to trap men into a commitment.
I'll make jokes about that.
See, the women I got with aren't old enough to form and get impregnated.
They have no eggs.
Yes. So it's my way of having safe sex.
That's right.
Because they've never had sex before.
And they love it.
And they can't get pregnant.
Jenny Jones, where are her breasts? She's like a 10-year-old. I like her. She has no chest. She had her breast implants removed, Gilbert.
I just read that Jenny Jones actually rubs vitamin E. You know, she breaks open the capsules of vitamin E to rub on her breasts.
That's right.
The scars from all the silicone implants.
I'll make jokes about that. I do that.
On Geraldo today.
But not the IRA.
People with two lovers on Geraldo. That is our focus.
Gilbert can't get one.
I can't get two in my lifetime.
Donahue. Maybe Gilbert will be on Donahue.
Right.
Men with secret sex lives.
See, I joke about that.
Well, it's a secret from me.
I joke about that, but I would not joke about IRA.
I
am getting hired out as an attack dog. Why am I barking?
You're being funny. That is funny. I would make jokes about that.
But not the IRA.
Not the IRA. The flag. I would never rip up a flag.
You know, I was wrong. Gilbert is good with the news.
Yes, he really is. Unbelievable. Now, tomorrow on Donahue, I will be on for his subject, millionaire 39-year-olds who date women who are absolutely no challenge mentally. And then I'll be on Jenny Jones where we rub Miracle Whip on her chest to get rid of the scars.
You know, when Jerry was
I'll make jokes. I'm irreverent like everyone else. But I take a stand at ripping up the flag and, of course, the IRA.
I just thought of something.
I hear someone wandering in the backyard. Wait a minute. Someone's trying to pry the window open. Who are these burglars?
Hey, wait a second. It's Jenny Jones. Robin, you were saying.
Yes, I was just going to say, when Jerry was here, he kept saying that Shoshana Lonstein was a nice girl.
She's a very nice girl. I like Jerry. Jerry's like a young me. And if he wants to go out with a girl who's still in a baby carriage...
Who is that?
Jerry Lewis, I think.
Oh, it's Jerry Lewis? Who is that? Who was that you were just doing? I swear I don't know. Who was it? I want to get into it, but who is it? Who was that?
That's Jay Leno having a nervous
breakdown.
Hey, I'm sorry.
You know, I saw that movie, Groundhog Day. I wish it was Groundhog Day so all my girls would stay 17. Every day I'd wake up, they'd all be the same age. Over and over again.
Because I kept asking Jerry if he had made out with her, and whenever Ronnie the limo driver says a girl's a nice girl, it means you can get things off her, right?
Well, that's Ronnie the limo driver. I hate to compare my...
Boy, the minute I looked at that little butt in a diaper, I went... I started sniffing.
Listen, it is difficult for me to meet women. I have dated lots of different women, but I can't find Miss Right. Maybe Miss Right is just growing up now.
Yeah, maybe you have to just start looking at potential.
I have to go out there in Central Park and find girls, and I'm no Tiger Showman. I can't defend myself.
Most girls you meet nowadays are at least in the 3rd grade.
I smell baby powder. Bingo. There's a cherry tree in my shorts.
Poor Jerry. Now I'm feeling sorry.
Don't feel sorry. I'm having a great time. Your jokes will only increase my ratings on my hit show, Jerry Seinfeld.
It's making Jerry like Fatty Arbuckle.
Gilbert, you can't... Yeah, really. Gilbert, you can't write a hit TV show like Seinfeld? Seriously, like with a neighbor and stuff?
Yeah. Well, no, see, Jerry's the one who invented that.
Oh, so you want to steal it. Life is no picnic when you're me. My last date cost 85 cents. I bought her a burger. It wasn't.
I bought her the kids' meal.
My ideal girl has 3 things. 1, great face. 2, fascinating mind. And 3, a training bra.
She comes with her own sassy seat.
Sassy seat.
I come with a sassy seat.
All right, Gilbert is going to be, if you want to see a funny live show, do you actually do some Jerry Seinfeld in your live show? Gilbert will be... the whole act is reduced down to that.
Yes.
Just gets up and barks. Have you ever gone out on stage for an hour and just barked?
Yeah.
This Thursday at Catch a Rising Star in Princeton, New Jersey, it's the great Gilbert Gottfried, and coming soon, Aladdin on a Saturday morning cartoon for your kids.
And USA Up All Night.
Yeah, well, evidently Disney doesn't have a problem with you doing some off-color humor once in a while.
No, but
a man has to make
Miracle Whip is much more moral.
Yeah, well, they're so much healthier.
Oh, and I did a small part in House Party 3.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Is that coming? I thought House Party 2
You get into
bombed.
all the black films.
Yeah, a lot of blacks like you. Eddie Murphy put you in his movie?
Yeah.
Are you in that?
You were in the Cosby Show?
I just missed out on Posse.
Why do black people like you so much? Seriously, is it because you are the quintessential silly white man?
Well, now, come here, you silly white man.
Yeah. I'm surprised Disney likes you. Walt was a anti-Semite, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
They are now.
Since they met you. Yeah. Great movie. We hate the friggin' parrot.
Yeah.
Parrot had a yarmulke. Did you notice?
The parrot had a hook beak.
Yeah. Did you notice they make the hook beak with a Jew?
Yeah.
Gilbert's built like Mickey Mouse. All right, Gilbert, we're going to see you at Catch a Rising Star in Princeton, New Jersey. When is that?
That's this Thursday.
Oh, I bet you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I really am.
Yeah, your career's really taking
boy,
off.
I tell you something, that's really exciting.
And I'd like to, hey, hi, everybody, at Catch a Rising Star. Grrr, it's great to see you.
Let's wrap this Boy, that Brooke Shields, she's wild, isn't she?
Well, she's beautiful. Isn't she? If I could only see her, my cataracts are so bad.
Boy, that Barbara Eden, how'd you like to get her alone? Oh,
You know
boy.
when you're doing too much material,
Yeah.
you're not leaving them wanting
Oh,
more.
I see. Jackie Platinum, Joe Page Martley, Big Independence Day show, Thursday night, July 1st at Rascals by the Shore.
A prostitute is celebrating Independence Day.
And in Ocean Township, New Jersey, for dirty jokes and information, call the all-digital 516-932-WINE. Jackie, Saturday night, July 3rd at Governor's Comedy Shop in Levittown on Long Island. Go try and stump the joke man. Joke man doing his wild, will you do, hey, Joke man, Gilbert does impressions in his act. You do impressions as well, right?
Yeah, I do the impression of me.
No, but you also do dialect.
Dialect.
I do, you know, Dirty Johnny.
You'll do like
Jews
a,
and,
you do your Jewish,
Mister.
mister.
This is Irving Schwartz.
See? See, he does that
He
too.
does his Irish guy. His
Lord,
Italian
it's me,
guy.
Irving Schwartz. One time, Lord, wouldn't you let me win the lottery? This is Irving Schwartz. Every night I ask you, Lord, sometime, Lord, let me, Irving Schwartz, win the lottery. And God says, Irv, if you want to win the lottery, you got to buy a friggin' ticket.
There you go. Jackie, will you be doing that at Governor's?
Not now that everybody's heard of
All right, you'll be
it.
doing all new material.
Similar. Italians, Jews.
I got you.
Yeah, I love his Irish guy.
Irish.
Don't do the Irish yet. Make them wait for it.
I'll
Yeah.
make them wait. Don't make fun of the IRA.
And
You
even
can make
the-
fun of the Irish, but not the IRA.
Boy, Gary, this Wednesday night at Bennigan's in Morristown, New Jersey, celebrating college night and unveiling his new press photo. Don't miss.
Well, a lot of people will turn up for
You
that.
should bring that in.
I saw. Hey, wait, Gary, bring in your
Yeah, I
press
haven't
photo.
seen it.
It's Gary by a wall.
It's brutal.
It's graffiti of, it says Baba Booey on the wall, and Gary's like standing there all posed with a can of spray paint.
Oh, no.
But like he's got his mouth open with the giant teeth, and he's been caught in the act of spray painting.
So the goofy Gary.
Yeah, Gaga Goofy. Kakakui.
Smelly. Kakakui. Retard.
Where is your
spray paint?
I will have it tomorrow.
All right.
You don't have any copies of it?
It's out at the photographers.
Oh.
It is. They had to send it out to the photographers.
They're laughing. They haven't been able to read it.
Photo. Don't miss Stuttering John and his band Rubber Beaver performing at the Kokomo Bay Cafe in Philadelphia Thursday night. June 24th. The $5 admission includes a free meal. That's amazing.
Mealy.
What?
Mealy.
Pig Vomit, Tuesday night.
Piggy.
Tuesday night at Glory Days in New Rochelle.
He's losing it.
Gilbert's coming alive. If you're looking for a great DJ for your wedding or summer party, call Scott the Engineer.
DJ.
Rocket Entertainment. DJ. Toll free from any city at 1-800-PARTY-MC. Have Scott the Engineer
City.
actually do your party. Hire Scott in the New York area. Call 718-BAG-5040. All right.
40.
Gilbert, easy. Your stomach infection is going to back up.
Yeah, you gotta rip those bitches.
And Gilbert this Thursday night at Catch a Rising Star in Princeton, New Jersey, and a lot in the cartoon. And we'll
Gilbert.
Gilbert. We'll see you next time.
No, next time.
Chào tất cả mọi người, và hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc Kia Forte. Chiếc xe được sản xuất 2009, bản 1.6 Susan, phiên bản màu bạc. Và em sẽ quay tổng thể chiếc xe cho mọi người cùng xem. Chiếc xe thì cũng khá là giữ gìn, tuy nhiên là cũng rất nhiều năm sử dụng rồi, hơn chục năm rồi. Và con này thì cũng đã từng bung túi khí. Đấy, phải nói cho mọi người biết, và ảnh hưởng đến chassis. Vì vậy giá nó rất rẻ thôi.